So we have another firebrand person sitting here, and there's a lot to learn from this guy as far as building communities is concerned. He's played a vital role in building the EO community across in Gujarat. There are couple of organizations that we as DLC emulate and look up to with great pride, great respect. YPO, EO being two such organizations. We both are members of EO. Communities have made a big impact. So about 10 years back, I was exposed to YPO, and I was asked to join a forum. And foolish me, like there are so many across entrepreneurs, I don't have the time for it. If an entrepreneur doesn't have time for himself, then he's the biggest fool around. A professional doesn't have the time for himself and his intellectual growth, he's the biggest fool around. So this is the duvidha that happens with DLC. So many times my sales teams across the world revert back, and especially with entrepreneurs from India, category B, C, townships and metros. And entrepreneurs say, I'm doing fine. I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I don't have the time for all this. Means in other words, what he's saying is, I don't have time for my personal growth and my future.
Exactly. So this is how each of us as a part of the DLC community should go and, talk to people who think are the prospective members or who could be a part of the community DLC Ahmedabad chapter and could enhance the community. We might go to them and talk to them, and the first thing they are going to say, obviously, time nahi hai. But the exact answer and reply that we all have been giving in last so many years in the so many communities is, when you join a community, it's as good as joining a gym. You can join a gym just because Rajat or Jimmy or all of you have, Aishwarya has come and told me that, okay, let's join DLC and they have great workshops and it's so and so. No, it's not like that. I might join and I might not even turn up saying that I don't have time. But that's exactly what happens when we join a gym or you get a personal trainer at home and he comes home and you don't wake up. There's no change. You don't go to the gym, there's not going to be any turnaround that you're going to find in your body. You talked about wellness. People can join your programs and then if they don't follow it, there's not going to be any result. So you have to come here to be a part of such amazing sessions where you have such pool of amazing peers, and only then you will know what DLC has to offer you. Till you get them here to experience one of your workshops or one of your events, it will be very difficult for them to understand what you are trying to actually share to them. I will never say, and first of all, whenever they say, please tell them, I'm not here to sell my experience to you. I'm here to share my experience to you. So that's the first step. Whenever we speak about DLC, we need to keep in mind.
So how many years back were you exposed to a community like EO?
12 years.
12 years.
12 years.
So what was your thought process before you joined a community, and now that you've experienced and matured and grown in a community and made others grow and benefit?
So, before I joined, I was also voluntold to be a part of this. A friend called me and said, yeah, we need to start something like this and I think you're the right guy and let's do it. I said, first let me experience how this is. And all we did is we went to a regional integration event, which is like the national conference of EO. And we went to that place in Jaipur in 2010. As good as coming to the first event that happened of DLC in Ahmedabad before a few months. And I was completely blown over with what you had to offer right at the first event. So it was the same experience for me that we went to Jaipur and we are seeing this, everyone, every top guy of India, every top entrepreneur, every top business organization being represented here, whom you dream to meet as an entrepreneur, whom you would like to meet as an. So my entire perception of someone pulling me to an organization to now I pulling out people had completely changed. Today it's been the entire perception has changes. For me, EO was like maybe a networking organization, or how people at DLC, when you talk about them, would feel, "Kya ye to networking hai, logo ko milenge, kuch acha janenge." No. Come here and see how your life can change. Hearing one speaker could change your life. It is not about what experience they have. It is about what you derive out of what they are speaking. And how a combination of each of the speeches that were given today at the workshop, how Kumar Saab, when he started his entire talk, he derived some particular point of each of them and amalgamated it in his entire presentation. Suddenly you imbibed it and you created out of it. So same has been for me. EO has not been at all about the brilliant speakers that have come from me, but it is the content that each of these guys have brought. It's forget their celebrity status who come to platforms like you or YPO and come and talk, but it is about the experiences, about the learnings that they provide. And for me, coming to DLC is learning from you guys, is learning from my peers. And learning from your peers, learning, with each other outside when you are actually having that high tea or a conversation is much bigger and better than sitting there and learning from this. Because every time we are trying to join an organization, जैसे perception के बारे में बोला, you'll always rate it what fees I'm about to pay और उसके सामने क्या आएगा. No. Keep doing that for 3 years और एक ऐसी चीज आएगी जो आपको 10 गुना दे के जाएगी और उसके सामने कोई फी का कोई मायना नहीं रहेगा. And I have experienced this.
I completely resonate with you. It's been joining community has been a game changer across in my personal life. Most people do not understand forums, in spite of me trying to tell them forum. People still feel, I'm not comfortable sharing. What will I gain? Why don't you share your experience of forum before you joined? What you thought a forum was, and now that you're a seasoned player in the world of forums. So what is the reality of forums?
If I am given at least 1 hour, it's going to take me 1 hour. And trust me, if I speak for 1 hour about forums, none of you are going to get out of this room. And I have done this across the world. People who have known me, I have been the chairman of entire Asia, and I am now the chairman of entire EO Global Chapter Launch Committee. And every time I go to launch chapters across the world, I speak about forums, and that can take umpteen number of minutes, and none of them. Actually, the entire base of this organization, the reason you said you look up to UNYPO is only because of one reason: forums. Everything else can be replicated by any organization in the world. Only thing that is precious to this organization is forum. Now, what is a forum? Imagine 8 of us from different backgrounds, each having a business from 100 crore plus to 10,000 crore plus, sitting in the common room at the same table, and these all are trained professionals who have been going through this 9-hour forum training, which is mandatory for each of us before we join the forum. I'm sure same things we
Absolutely.
are also training forum. We also have forum trainers at DLC now. And these are your personal board of directors. The first 15 minutes in the forum, each of us will go around the room and will present updates on the most intricate things of our life. And those updates are not that I went to Singapore last month, my son had scored so and so. No, it is about 5%. We call them 5% updates. And what is 5%? When you ask yourself why this? How does Singapore trip matter to you? Why? Okay, spending time with your family. Why is it so important? What is the significance? So every time we ask, and then that final why is being brought out on the paper. So imagine these people sharing about their business, professional life, personal life, and family and health in 5 different columns inside a forum for 15 minutes. It's a state of meditation. We don't remember anything because people are pouring their hearts out in this. And imagine you are sitting today, I sit in my forums with people who are top 5 people of this city. And each of them are 30,000 to 1 lakh crore plus groups. So imagine the names that I'm talking about. These are my forums. So each of them have been sharing their most intricate part of their personal journeys throughout this forum experience. After that, one of us stands up and shares a very deep presentation. And this presentation is guided by you with another forum. बढ़िया forum में आते हो तो एक बड़ी रखते हो, उसके साथ ये presentation decide करके आते हो. And now, how has forum changed my life? One of my very, very close forum buddies, my co-founder of EO Gujarat, lost his wife. How the entire forum has stood by each other during that entire situation of the next 3 years till he got married. And even now, we are rock solid with the entire family. And that person probably now, after being 10 years in US, doesn't come to any events. All he attends and all he puts together is his forum because he knows that his life, his mental situation, him being referred to a psychologist, him being referred to a counselor, everything is because of the forum. We discuss everything in the forum. And last year, we lost a very, very, very close buddy. How strong the entire forum has been with the family. Today, if you meet his wife, who is it's exactly 1 year. And today, if I call Kavita here and speak about Mickey, who passed away and whom we lost as a very close friend, she will only say, I am able to breathe because of my forum, because of my husband's forum. And that's the only way I'm surviving through this life. और इस चीज़ को अगर आप कोई भी पैसे से, कोई भी फीस से रिलेट करना चाहो तो मुझे कोई भी बता दे कि यार नहीं, अगर आपने इतने पैसे खर्चे डीएलसी में, इतनी फीस भरी और इसके सामने नहीं इतना रिटर्न नहीं मिला, इसका कोई मूल्य भी हो सकता है, इसका कोई प्राइस भी हो सकता है, तो आई डोंट नो हाउ डू आई
I'm with you. A forum is an unbelievable support system and a platform. So that's why I invited him and I said I wanted to speak with him because these stories can only be from the horse's mouth. I might keep telling you more and more about forums, but unless and until practical experiences in our home ground are not heard of, you don't realize it. Also, people need to understand that the purpose of setting up DLC was not just to emulate and copy what YPO or EO does, which is forums and fantastic. There is a requirement for a support system. Forum is a great support system. Yes. Over and above the forum, the whole idea of trying to give 13 business genres and 13 lifestyle genres, so domain-specific knowledge for entrepreneurs.
So guys, again, great organizations, EO and YPO, but they are global organizations who have very set rules and closed doors about everything. What DLC brings to you is opens those doors which are not possible for these organizations at a global level to open up or change so fast because they are more than 30 years down the line. Thus, they have a certain amount and a number of people that can join. Whereas DLC is a fresh platform which can bring to you great value and great learnings out of this organization. At the same time, build in great new products that are actually aspired by every single EO के काश ये EO में और YPO में होता और हम कर पाते, which Jimmy being a member has realized and he has brought to us. So he has opened those doors कि यार वहाँ ये नहीं हो सकता but DLC में तो ये हो सकता है. DLC में I can speak about my lifestyle. DLC I can share my experiences. DLC gives me a platform to go out and talk about my business. DLC gives me a platform to promote whatever I am doing, share it out openly. In a lot of ways, we can't do this in EO, openly, which DLC provides. Forgetting any other organization which is there. I think in Ahmedabad, no matter what you say, there is a huge gap between any other organization which is about professionals. There are a few organizations which have started, which are purely networking, talks about business networking and various other things, which are completely different. That could your employees could go to. They are great in their own way, but that's a different segment. This is a different segment. DLC is exactly comparing and combining each of this segment and presenting to you a very new platform which can completely transform your life. And we might speak about disrupt, innovate, and inspire each other. But I would say that as a platform, what DLC can bring to you, the freshness DLC brings to you and how it can inspire and transform your entire life is something amazing. And anything that can inspire me and make it aspirational, that is what I would love to join. And that's why I have been a strong supporter of DLC. Nothing that I have not gained anything new out of this, but what I have gained is certain learnings from being with you all at those outside conversations or being here, sitting there and hearing from each of you about these are real-time experiences, what DLC brings to you.
Absolutely.
So that is what the need of the hour is.
So I just met a member who's been 6 months and he was worried that the forum is not formed. I said, look, it takes time to find the right peer group and put you up together. Make sure that it's a perfect match because if there's a mismatch, it's a disaster. You waste time, you waste a part of your life. So it's very important to do the right kind of mapping, which we are doing a very judicious job at. We are deploying technology. We are trying to blend in business and lifestyle. Like I said earlier, for us, it's not all about success. Success, everybody's successful. Entrepreneur, how many other entrepreneurs he's supporting? He's an amazing entrepreneur. He's supporting multiple other entrepreneurs. He's doing other multiple mentoring programs. Life of significance for DLC, the language of success is very simple. Significance. Significance can be measured by the number of human lives you've touched. So the balance sheet is how many human lives you touch. Now we value you here, or we look down on you if you not touch any other human lives. Also significance, like I said earlier, comes with business and lifestyle both. We give equal importance to it. We believe each day in life, like she said, is meant to be celebrated. Gratitude, celebration, both these things are super important and both these things emit from empathy. All of these things are interconnected. Some stage you're going to have a whole day workshop about empathy, about design thinking, and how these can impact your lives and your business and your ways of thinking in business. Is there any questions?
How often do you guys meet? Or how are the discussions if someone is traveling? Is it online? Is it always physical? I'm just trying to understand.
So the format for forums in DLC, if you join a chapter forum, it's compulsory to meet once a month in person. If you're joining a regional forum, you may do it twice in a year. If it's a global forum, once in a year is a compulsion. Rest of the times you have to meet every month online, if it's a global forum. Also, because of time differences, one has to be very careful about what global forum you select, because either it's early morning, too early in New York, or it's too late in India. And so on and so forth. However, there are advantages and disadvantages to both. A lot of people have put this question across to me, but I don't do global business, so why do I need a global forum? Again, that's the most foolish answer. Because you're a frog in a well. Again, I keep repeating the same statement. You may not need global business, but your vision and your soch has to be global. You may do a business in Gandhinagar or in Ahmedabad or in Mumbai or in Chennai. That doesn't require you not to have a global soch. As a leader, you cannot be a good leader unless and until you are receptive to different geographical locations and different diasporas giving you ideas and knowledge.
The only way to build your pool of network and to have a global family through organizations like DLC is through forums and these interchapter events that bring to you. And I think if you have a network like this, your net worth shoots up multiple folds.